Good morning, students. In this video, I'm going to discuss you about the database model. So in the last classes as well as the previous video, we have been discussing about the various subsystem of information system. Followed by that, to work with all these subsystems, right? The important thing is every company should have a database, right? So companies can create a database, right? Either by collecting the data from various sources and will be entered in the data in the different softwares or in a different format, right? But basically, when you want to work with the data as well as with the database, right? So there are basic models are available. So with the help of those basic models only, a companies can able to work with the database and they can able to process the database to the next level. So regarding that, so I'm going to discuss you about what are the different types of database models are there. So here there are three basic types of database models are available. The first model is hierarchical model. This is very basic as well as old database model, which is followed by the most of the companies right till now. So it is like if you see the database model, the structure, it looks like an organization chart. Organization chart in the sense is it is like an hierarchical level. So similarly, if you take this hierarchical model, right, it has a hierarchical level. So model will be in a form of a tree structure, where it has a base and it has a root. From that we'll be having a different branches, right? Different stems or different leaves, right? So like that here in computer terminology, it is called as a model with a root. From that root, it will be having a different node, which is also called as a branch. So this structure is also called as inverted tree. Why it is called as inverted tree is the model looks like a like inversion portion of the like a tree, right? And it has a one-to-many relationship, right? So the models will looks like this. How the hierarchical model will be like this. So now see under university. So universities are one of the common thing. So where universities under universities, the different departments or different colleges will be there. Under the colleges, different departments will be there. So if you department wants to access the data, they can able to access data from the college level. Suppose college want to access some data, right? Central level, so they have to approach the universities. The record which is stored by the universities, right? It's about the institution, and the institution should have to maintain the records and the data about the department level. So it is all based on the need and the user. The department can able to access the data from the department level, sorry, from the college level. And if the colleges wants to access the data, they can able to access the data from the universities levels. This is like a central database. This is the one common database models are there in the database. If you take the second one, this is called as a network database model, right? So it is also called as a multiple parent relationship. Right? It is like a network structure. You know how the network will look. It has a multiple relationship. There is no way of having a only one relationship like hierarchical model. Like from the root, you should have the different nodes, right? So it is like a network model is like a multiple relationship. So here there is no restrictions. There is no difference within the parents and the child nodes, right? Any roads or any nodes can be connected in any way, in a different way, in a multiple way. Whereas in hierarchical level, only from the universities, colleges will be connected. From the colleges, department will be connected. Whereas a network model, right, it can be like a different multiple way of connections can be there. Universities can be directly connected to the programs or the course or the department, right? Or universities or one colleges can have interconnections with the other colleges. So this is how the models of network database model. So this is like a multiple connections of all those data. So this is the second important database model. And the third one is relational database model. So it is also one of the popular development model where you can able to identify the relationship between the two different database. Because whenever you enter the data, every data will be entered in the right table format, right, which consists of rows and columns. That's the one way that systems, computers can able to understand the language. So here each table consists of rows and columns, right? So rows are called as a tuple, right, which represents the information which is collected in the right? A row wise, like a for each respondents or each persons, each students. Whereas if you talk about the column, it's called as an attributes, right? It indicates about the attributes of each and every information what you're going to add for the employees or the students. So this is called as a relation model. Now this is the exact model of this relational database model. So you have a data, right? You have a data in the column like rows and column, and you have one column called a student table, advisor table. So here you have a student table with a different categories called attributes, right? Name, major, what is the CGPA, who is the advisor, what is the mobile number. The other column will be having the advisor name, the class animator's name, and their address, and then their qualifications, the phone number. Now, if you want to relate this to the database model, the common identity, the common attributes to relate this to database model is the advisor, class advisor. Right. So these are the three different types of database models are available. So with these database models, companies can able to enter the data according to the type of this database model, and they can able to process it for their process according to their domain. Right. Hope in this video you had the basic concepts of the database model and its different types. So we'll discuss very detailedly, and also we'll have an hands-on experience with any one of this database model with the help of the open source software, and then we'll execute it how the database model will work in the organization. Thank you.